Alright. Hello, everybody. Today has been kind of one of those days, you know? It just kind of seems like everything has been frustrating today. You're kind of in the steering wheel there. Like everything was fine up until lunch, it seemed like. And then as soon as, like right after lunch, it just seemed like everything possible that could have been frustrating happened to me. So I was kind of just like mad for a decent portion of today. I was tested. I feel like, whenever I get in those situations, I feel like it's the universe testing me, or something out there is testing me, and figuring out kind of what I can handle, And so I try to kind of keep that mindset and that vision while it's happening, and focus on the good and try to pull good from that. But it's hard, I'm not gonna lie, it's hard not to get mad and frustrated and kind of pissed off. But I did try to do that today. Kind of gotta blow my nose, hang on. Got a bunch of sawdust, I think. Alright. Thank you. So anyway, wow, it's bright. Today was just one of those days. I really can't see anything. Alright. So I have a few things written down for today. The first thing is, so there was this is a weird example, but there was this little like chunk of bark on a log that I was trying to get off, and I had my knife, and I was kind of poking and prodding from the outside, trying to like peel it up, and I couldn't get it for at least like a minute, and so I just poked right in the middle, like I stabbed it right in the middle, and then I pried from there, and it came right off immediately. And so what I got from that was to, instead of like dip your toes in and kind of tiptoe around and try to figure things out from the outside, sometimes it's more effective to just dive in full head of steam right into the thick of it, right into the middle, and you get results better and things happen better, and things happen faster, it seems like. So I guess that a weird little lesson I got from that little piece of bark there, kind of a weird thing, but I guess just dive right into the meat of it, get right to it, and sometimes that'll expedite the process and make things a lot easier on you. So that was kind of what I pulled from that little small piece of bark today. While I've gotten pretty good at kind of trying to look at lessons and find lessons in my life, because most people, I think, wouldn't have even thought about anything about that. They would have thought this dumb piece of bark, got mad, and then moved on and forgotten everything. But I've gotten pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I've gotten pretty good at like pausing and finding the lessons in things that happen during my day. So that small piece of bark taught me something today. So kind of a weird little example. Anyway, moving on. Where am I? Oh, I was thinking about today how I had this whole, I've probably been over this before, I think, but I'll go over it again just because I think it's an interesting point. So I had this whole friend group that I used to hang out with pretty consistently, mostly last year, and I guess the year before that too. And we used to hang out quite a bit, and they're kind of big partiers, and they would hang out, I don't know, pretty frequently. And there's this whole group chat that I'm still part of for some reason, even though I never post anything ever. Sometimes I'll take a look and just see what's going on. But anyway, the whole point though is, this friend group that I am speaking of, basically this most recent, like 7 to 9 months, maybe a year long, this most recent time frame has been me not reaching out to them, not pursuing them, and realizing that none of them, like not one of them, has reached out to me to hang out. And I think that's an interesting thing, because what that does is it exposes them and maybe myself of now I want to say it exposes them. Like I kind of wanted to include myself in that, just so I didn't feel like guilty for pointing them out. But I believe this exposes them of not being true, good, real friends. You know, if I have to be the one always pursuing, always initiating everything, and then almost a year goes by and no one says anything, that to me is an indicator that they aren't maybe the right people to be hanging out with. You know, because I think that, and the same things happen with a couple different friends too. I had one friend, and I noticed I said had, because I don't consider him a friend anymore. Well, it doesn't matter what his name was, or his. He got a girlfriend, and as soon as he got that girlfriend, he stopped reaching out to us. He wouldn't hang out with us ever. We pursued him for a while and tried to hang out with him for probably like a year. I don't know, 6 months or a year. And it just never, ever happened. Oh, I guess I'm going. Oh, boy. That was red. That was totally red. I guess I'm a little distracted from that red light. So, anyway, I was thinking about that because it just proved to me that they're not worth my time, you know? They're not worth my while. They're not worth my energy. They're not worth my effort. They're just not worth having me as a friend. And that might sound a little arrogant, and I don't know, maybe it is. I don't know that it is, though. I think that, yeah, I don't think that they deserve me. That sounds really, really arrogant to say. But they haven't pursued me, and so I don't know. It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any logical sense at all for me to continue to dump this effort and energy into them when they're not willing to do the same back to me. That's just dumb. That's just stupid to do. That's not a very smart thing. So anyway, I was thinking about that today. Okay, third and final thing today is that my boss, who I have always been fairly aggravated with and annoyed by, just with how boring he is. I don't want to... Oh boy. That guy. So today, well, I mean, this isn't even just today. This is just the way he is. I just wrote this down today. He's an interesting guy because he will point out everything that went wrong, every negative thing that I've done, every mishap. I mean, just everything bad, every mistake, all of that. He'll point all of that out to me, and he'll let me know that happened. Which, I don't know, that's fair. I guess that's a good thing. Maybe I should be. I can learn from all those mistakes, obviously. So I understand that. The part that bugs me, though, is he never once has ever told me, good job or nice work or good, good job there, good job doing this, whatever. He's never ever complimented me. I don't think ever since I've worked there, and I've been there for months now. So I understand bringing up mistakes and downfalls and pointing those out and learning from them. But what's frustrating is that there's nothing. What am I trying to say here? It's just the opposite is never apparent. The opposite is never happening, which is bothersome to me. Because I think that you need to do both. I think that, like, yes, you should point out mistakes, but also, yes, you should totally encourage your employees for doing good work and for doing impressive things and working hard and doing all the, blah, blah, blah. Those are all important things too. But he doesn't seem to know that or notice that. And so all of this stuff goes by just untalked about. All the really good, most of the stuff that we do and give him is really good work, is really high quality, awesome stuff. That's a majority of what happens. And I guess as a business owner, you expect that. but I don't want to vouch for him too much on this, though, because I don't believe it's healthy to only point out the negative. I know that's not a healthy thing, and that's what he does. So that's kind of annoying, and I don't like that. So there's that. Today's just been kind of an interesting day. I woke up feeling a little tired, which is normal because I'm usually pretty sleepy at 4:40 in the morning. But I don't know. Today's just kind of one of those days where I've been challenged to, like, for example, I was working on this drawer front, and what it is it's like a chunk of a log, so you get like kind of this natural live edge thing, and you're supposed to fit these handles to them, and it can be tricky because it's a log, it's a natural log that you're putting a handle on, like a wooden handle, and you have to like kind of customize the handle and make it fit to match up to this log, which usually isn't too big of an ordeal. There is some customization sometimes, and it's kind of a pain. But today, and I think what today proved to me also was that the mindset that you carry with you will dictate your whole day, and it kind of compounds onto itself. See the sun? Watch this. Here's my normal fucking stance. I'm in kind of a mood right now, I think. Anyway, I feel like I just want to punch something. I'm just in one of those moods. I've been practicing breathing through these moods, but man, I just want to. Anyway, I had quite the fucking ordeal with matching this handle to this drawer front today. I was working on it for like an hour, which is insane. Normally I can do like 20 in an hour at least. Maybe not 20, but it was just such an annoying thing, and I was just doing this thing over and over, and it wasn't working, and I didn't want to quit. I didn't quit on it. I made it good eventually, and it was fine. But I could have really easily, I guess there's multiple lessons there. I could have really easily made it just okay. I had okay results multiple times, but I wanted it to be really good, and I wanted to kind of show myself that I could do this thing well. So I kept working and doing this thing, and it just wasn't happening. It just took me so long. And then finally, I got it to work, and I moved on and took a shit. But gosh, it was just one of those. I mean, that thing in particular was just so. It was just one of those things. It was just one of those tests that life gives you every now and then. And yeah, one of those days today. I am pretty sure I'm gonna quit this place pretty soon. I also thought about kind of like a message, like a spiritual message. I think that when I have those encounters, when those types of days, I think that means to me, sometimes I'm thinking about, well, there's probably a reason that I'm feeling all these bad things are happening, all these like challenging, difficult things are happening, and one of those reasons I think could be like a signal or a message for me to get the hell out of there. I mean, that might be like a legitimate signal that's happening. I think that if all of a sudden things started like working out really well at that job, and I started to like really enjoy it for some reason, and maybe some new people came in, which is actually true, for the people. I don't like it that much still. But I think that if I'm always just like looking for different types of messages, and that was one of those that I was kind of thinking about, like, okay, what's the universe trying to tell me right now? All these negative, annoying things that are pissing me off today, I think are more than just inconveniences, and they might be actual messages saying, Hunter, get the hell out of there. So anyway, I guess I'm done talking right now. I think I need to go blow off some steam somehow, somewhere. Today's not even a gym day, but I don't know. It might be worth it right now. So, okay, I'm going to leave now. See you tomorrow. Roger out.